Hey guys, in this video we'll be multiplying polynomials. So let's review a couple exponent rules. So let's say we had something like x plus x. Well, when you're adding two variables, we simply add the like terms. So we don't we only add when the exponents are the exact same thing, and we leave the exponents as they are. So this would be 2. We only add the coefficients, in other words. So we only add the 1 in front of the variable. So what if we had something like x times x? Well, this time we are going to be adding the exponents and multiplying the coefficients. So 1 times 1 gives you 1. And then x raised to the power of 1 times x raised to the power of 1, well, you just add the exponents together. So that would be x squared. When you have a number such as 1 multiplied in front of a number, it becomes invisible because 1 times any number is itself. So you can just write it as x squared. So a number, let's look at another example. So x the power of 4 times 2x raised to the 5th power would give us 2, because there's an invisible 1 over here. So 1 times 2 is 2. And then we add the exponents together. So 4 plus 5 gives us 9. So let's start off with a few easy multiplication problems. So 4 times x plus 7. Well, this would be just a distribution problem. So we distribute the 4. So this would give us 4x, and then 4 times 7 is 28. So plus 28. This is our answer. So let's look at another distribution problem. So 4 times 5v minus 2 equals, and we distribute the 4. So this would be 20v minus 8. Great. So let's look at more problems that include having a polynomial on both sides. So we have 5b minus 6 times 8b plus 2. Just like how we distributed this 4 over here to both the 5 and the negative 2, we're going to be distributing this 5b to both 8b and positive 2. And we're going to be distributing this negative 6 to 8b and 8b and positive 2. So it would be, so 5b times 8b, let's color code this. So 5b times 8b would be 40b squared, because b is raised to the power of 1, and then you add them to get b raised to the power of 2. And then 5b times 2 would be 10b. So plus 10b. Then we have negative 6 times 8b, which is negative 48b, plus, let's use this color, negative 6 plus 2 times positive 2. So that would give us, so we do negative 6 times positive 2. We're not doing negative 6 plus 2. So that would be negative 12. So now that we have it in this form, we can combine like terms. So we have a like term here and here. So 10 minus 48 is negative 38. So our final answer would be 40b squared minus 38b minus 12. This would be our answer. Let's get that Okay, there. Let's look at another example. So let's say we had 7n minus 8 times 8n plus 1. Great. So now what we do is we FOIL. So this method of distributing is called FOIL. So FOIL method. So it's basically you're, distributing your, you're just foiling it out. So this one and this one. You want to make sure you multiply each number. So just look at this first one and just make sure you're distributing it to every number on the other side. So 7n times 8n would give us 56n squared. So 56n squared. Great. So next we have 7n times 1. So that would be plus 7n. And then we have negative 8 times 8n. So that would be negative 64n. And then lastly, we have negative 8 times 1. That would be negative 8. So let's circle the like terms. So we have this and this. So our final answer would be 56n squared. So 7 minus 64 is negative 57. N minus 8. So that's our final answer. So let's say we had multiple terms. So instead of having a binomial, let's say we had a trinomial on one side. So something like 4b minus 2 times 5b squared minus 2b plus 2. Well, the FOIL method can get a little out of hand, or you just have to be really organized. So there's something called the box method that I really like. It makes sure that you're organized and everything's in order. So what you do is list out each term on one side. So 4b negative 2. So this goes on the vertical side. And then you can make this one on the horizontal side. So you kind of create like a box. Great. So 5b squared, and then you can have negative 2b, and then the number 2. So you kind of create this box. Okay. Great. So now what you do is just multiply the numbers on the outside of the box to get the value on the inside. So for this first box over here, you're going to multiply 4b and 5b squared to get a value inside this box. So 4 times 5 is 20, so 20. And then b1 times b raised to the power 2 would be b3. Similarly, you do the same thing. So 4b times negative 2b would be 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. And then b times b is b squared. Great. So then we can go on to our third box. So 4b times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. And then b times 1 is 1. B. So it would be 8b. Next, we're going to look at negative 2 times 5b. So that would be negative 10b squared. Okay, so next we're going to be looking at negative 2 times negative 2b. So that would be 4b. And then negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. Great, so these are all our numbers. So what we can do now is combine like terms. So an easy way to identify the like terms is looking at the diagonals. So that would be it. So these are our like terms. So what we would do now is, just add them up. So 20b3 plus, so we would just put a plus sign there. And now you have -10 minus 8. So that's -18. So -18b squared. And then we have 4b plus 8b. So when you have these like terms, you just add them up. So in that circle, you just add them up. So 4 plus 8 is simply going to be 12b. And then you have -4. We can get rid of this parentheses by just replacing this negative with, this positive with a negative sign. So our final answer would be 20b cubed minus 18b squared plus 12b minus 4. So this would be our final answer. So let's say now you had to multiply multiple polynomials, like something like x plus 3 times x plus 2 times 2x minus 5. Well, what you can do in this instance is multiply two of them first. So, just use the FOIL method in this case since there are only two. So x times x is x squared plus 2x, and then 3x, 3 times x is 3x, so plus 3x, and then 3 times 2 is 6, so plus 6. And then circle the like terms. So then this would be x squared plus 5x plus 6. Then you could multiply this whole thing by this. So 2x minus 5. So now in this case, we could use the FOIL method, but let's use the box method to stay organized. So 2x minus 5. So let's draw our line. And another one right here. Then we have x squared. Then we have 5x, and then we have the number 6. Great. And one here, here, and here. So we just drew our box. So 2x times x squared is 2x cubed. 2x times 5x is 10x squared. 2x times 6 is 12x. And then -5 times x squared is -5x squared. -5 times 5x is -25x. And then -5 times 6 is -30. Okay, so now circle the like terms. They're most times going to be diagonal. So let's use a different color for this one. Let's use this. Okay, so now we add the like terms. So x, 2x cubed. So -5 plus 10x would be plus 5x squared, and then -25 plus 12. So we're adding 12 to -25. So that would be -13x minus 30. So this would be our final answer.